Yeah, that's okay. Today's talk about it.
Good morning. Let me take my mask off. Good morning, I'm Sharon and I'll be your MC this morning. Welcome to Makawao Hongwanji's Dharma family service. Alright, let us begin the service by singing the Vandana Tisarana, which will be found on the screen. Let us sing the Pali and English verses together. Please rise.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. Namo Amir. Namo.
Please be seated. Let us sing the hymn Gasho with Amira, which will be led by Reverend Carey. The words will be shown on the screen. This will be followed by quiet sitting meditation.
Namo Amida Butsu. I recite Amida's name with deep joy and gratitude. I gasho with Amida, trees and grasses and flowers, all grow in great compassion. This light shines throughout the world. I gasho with Amida. Flowers bloom and flowers fall. From the seed sprout new flowers. This is the truth unchanging. I gasho with Amida. in the darkness of the night, I worship with Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. I live in great compassion. This great power guides my life. I worship with Amida. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of Let's sit together quietly for a few moments. So just relax and get comfortable. If you are able, sit forward in your seat and place both feet flat on the ground. Sit up straight and align your head, neck, shoulders, and back in a straight line that goes down to the floor. Place your hands comfortably in your lap. Now close your eyes and just breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. As you breathe in, you'll feel energy filling your body. And as you breathe out, any stress or worries in your mind just fade away. Just breathe. The sound of the gong will signal the end of our quiet meditation.
We would like to encourage everyone to offer incense at this time. The offering of incense is an ancient rite of purification of mind and body in preparation to hear the Dharma teachings. Offertory or making donations and offerings to the temple is a practice of Dharma, the first of the 6 paramita perfections in Mahayana Buddhism. Thank you very much. Let us rise for the reading of the Golden Chain of Love, which will be found on the screen. Let us begin. I am a link in Amir Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now depends not only on my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo. Okay, thank you very much. You may be seated. Right, we'll now have the children's Dharma story time.
Well, we're going to try.
Right.
Apparently we lost several of the cameras. Let's see if we can bring the slides in. Hopefully. As an inset, it doesn't do that? So go to the big view and then insert the slides. There we go. Okay. Very good. Of course, that assumes that I can actually remember what I'm supposed to say. So, live from Makawao, it's Children's Dharma Story Time, starring Barkley the dog and Lucy the ladybug. Okay. Yeehaw! Aloha, kakayaka. Good morning. Turn this on. Good morning. Good morning. Well, how fellas, it's me, Barkley the dog, and this here's the love of my life, Lucy the ladybug. Good morning, everyone. Aloha kako. Aloha for everyone. My name is Lucy the ladybug, and I'm delighted to make your acquaintance. Please call me Lucy. Berkeley, why don't you put on the magic glasses from Maui Optics and see who's with us this fine Sunday morning? Well, mahalo, Lucy. It's always so much fun to see the smiling faces of the wonderful children from around the world. I can see Tyrus and Kalina, and Cora and Nolan and Kenneth and Lindsay, Sierra and Wesley, and there's Maddie all the way in Colorado, and I can see Meliana in Illinois, and Jai, Ice and Cruz and Tide and Lenna and Comet,
And Tori and Benji and Kamita and Melody and Cadence in Honolulu. And Sensei's mom, Ruby, in Southern California. Hi, Mom. And Dharma buddies joining us from around the world, from Canada, mainland USA, Japan, China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Romania, Germany, France, Great Britain, and even Brazil on the other side of the world. Whew, good thing we're on the internet because it looks like we have a full house. And we have a wonderful story for all the Dharma buddies, young and old. Well, that's right, because today's story is... And we'll go full screen on the slides. Zero is the Leaves on the Tree by Betsy Franco and illustrations by Shino Arihara. This book is dedicated for Davy, and that's from BF, and for Ken, and that's from SK. Zero is the Leaves on the Tree by Betsy Franco, illustrations by Shino Arihara. Zero is the shape of an egg. Zero is a number. Zero is the balls in the bin at recess time. 0 balls. Zero is the leaves on the bare brown arms of the oak tree. 0 leaves. Zero is the ducks on the pond when the air says winter is coming. 0 ducks. 0 is the sound of snowflakes landing on your mitten. 0 sounds. 0 is the sleds on the hillside when the snow turns to slush. 0 sleds. 0 is the kites in the sky once the wind stops blowing. 0 kites. 0 is the blossoms in the garden just before the buds open. 0 blossoms. 0 is the bikes in the bike rack on the last day of school. 0 bikes. 0 is the ripples in the pool before the first swimmer jumps in. 0 ripples. 0 is the footprints on the beach when the waves come in and in and in. 0 footprints. 0 is the sound of stars filling the night. The end. And that was the story, 0 is the Leaves on the Tree by Betsy Franco with illustrations by Shino Arihara. Okay, where are we here? There you go. Say kids, wasn't that a great story? What part did you like? Hey-wee, I love that part too. Say, who's Ladybug? Love my life. Why don't you tell our Dharma buddies what you loved about the story? Well, mahalo for asking, Berkeley. I loved how you can see 0 if you look for it. I always thought 0 was nothing, but it's really everything. If you look for 0, you can see it. Hey, wait, yep, that's right. 0 is like, how many nice dogs are here in the temple this morning? Well, that's right, 0 dogs. Because it's only me and the rascal dog. Okay. Okay, let's have another one. How many impolite ladybugs are here this morning? 0! That's right, there's 0 impolite ladybugs, because I'm the only ladybug here. Say, Sensei, what'd you love about the story? Well, Berkeley and Lucy, I think you guys are really smart. You can see 0 everywhere. So, for example, let me think. Oh, here's a good one. Hey guys, what do you think of this? How many Komoda Bakery stick donuts are left in the box if Sensei finds the box first? Let's ask Michan. Zero! That's right! If Sensei finds the box of donuts first, there's going to be 0 donuts left. I love that story. Sorry, wrong voice. But that's okay. And that's exactly what Nam Amida means. Amida Buddha loves you just the way you are. And, sorry, Sensei's in the wrong place. And yes, that's right. And stick donuts are one of my weaknesses, but don't use that against me. Okay, and that's exactly what Namo Amida means, because Amida Buddha loves you just the way you are. Okay, and that's why we put our palms together in Gasho and we bow our heads and say Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida, Namo Amida. Say, did I ever tell you about the time I invented 0? Well, oh my, well tell me more. Well, you see, I was trying to figure out what happened to all the stick donuts, but suddenly, fade to black. Oops. Be good, but not too much. I can hear the children saying that. All right. We're working on it. I think I need a teleprompter right there. So we'll move into the Dharma talk for adults. So yes, Melody, you can go play now because the Dharma talk for adults is always boring. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I wanted to actually thank the anonymous donor of this book, which I have up on the altar. It's written by Thich Nhat Hanh, who just passed away recently, and it's Where is the Buddha? And it's illustrated by Nguyen Quang and Kim Lien. So this arrived, I think it was last week, by Amazon. Oh, cool. Open it up. There's no receipt, there's no note, there's nothing written in the book, of course, because it's from Amazon. I'm like, okay, I have no idea who sent this. One of those modern things. It's, if you forget to put the gift receipt in there, they have no idea of where it's from. Anyway, this book is available in the Dharma Learning Center if you'd like to borrow it. It's actually quite good. It's not really a children's book. It's more of a young adult's book. But anyway, to the person who sent that to me, thank you very much. And hopefully we'll figure that out. So today I'd like to talk about the concept of Amida as 0. Because we just read the story about 0, how you can actually see 0 in the absence of things, which is kind of an interesting concept. So, let's go straight into that. So I'd like to begin with the words of Shinran Shonin. For all people, men and women of high station and low, saying the name of Amida is such that whether one is standing, sitting, or reclining is of no concern, and time, place, and condition are not restricted. My eyes being hindered by blind passions, I cannot see the light that grasps me, and yet the great compassion without tiring illumines me always. The words of Shinran Shonin. Nam Myoho Butsu. Sorry, let me fix the slide. Obsessive compulsive person, it irritates me when the slides are not right. Oops. And there we go. So that's actually one of my favorite expressions. You'll find this referred to by Zendo, Shandao, the fifth of the seven Pure Land masters, the great Chinese master, and also Honen, Genku, who also said that it doesn't matter what you're doing, where you are. You can always say Namo Amida Butsu, and this is part of the amazing part of the great compassion of Amida Buddha. So I think that's the only slide I have. But let's consider the meaning of 0. So usually we think of 0 as nothing, right? No value, or if you're a mathematician kind of person, not or null. But let's reconsider that definition. So think of this doorway right here, right? The sliding glass door. When it's open, there's nothing blocking your way to go to the lanai. You're free to walk outside. Right? A door only functions when there's nothing, when there's 0. So if you look at it that way, now looking at that door, we can see 0. We can see the absence of the glass because we moved it out of the way. So the question then becomes, does a door have no value? Obviously not. Doors are very useful. A door only functions when there's nothing, when we can see nothing. Right? The door is working, it's doing what it's supposed to do because it's a door, right? But there's nothing that we can see. So in that absence, there is something. Obviously, doors are very useful to us. And let's consider Amida. The Dharma school students will tell you, thanks to Auntie Karen and Auntie Sharon, that Amida is the Buddha of compassion and wisdom. Seminary graduates like me will pontificate that Amida is the Tathagata of immeasurable light, the Tathagata of immeasurable life. But that's because we like to show off. Tathagata, without getting too technical, Nyorai in Japanese means coming from thusness, or depending on different pronunciation, can mean going to thusness. So this begs the question, what is thusness? The simple way to understand it is it's the absolute reality as it is, which by definition is beyond human perception and conception. It's formless. It's free from this cycle of birth and death. So let's skip over the technical details of the Tathagata and think about Amida in our personal lives. So awakening to reality as it is, seeing myself, my ego as it is, the world as it is, and human existence, human life as it is. So as for me, I'm hopelessly egocentric. I'm constantly thinking that I'm better than other people, and I'm generally speaking unmindful in my thoughts and words and actions. I'm only human, despite my best intentions. The world, after 60 years of life on this planet, is pretty obvious. The world doesn't revolve around me, even though I like to think so. And things don't always go according to plan. Unexpected change is the only constant. And there are many things that are completely outside of my control. Human existence, we're given the gift of life. We didn't ask for this, but we got it. So this unrepeatable life, right, which comes with both moments of happiness and sorrow, born human, my body and brain will decay over time. I'm going to get sick, I'm going to die. There are no exceptions to that truth. But, right, so awakening to reality is also meaning to awakening to the working of Amida in this moment, of this day, of your unrepeatable life. But that's where my critically thinking, USC-educated MBA brain says, "Oh, bro, I can see Amida." Is that pigeon right? I'm still working on my pigeon. No get see Amida. I'm working on it. Right? But my MBA brain says, wait a minute, I can't actually see Amida. Right? One side note here, in the Hongwanji temples, both here in Hawaii and on the mainland, you're going to see a statue of Amida Buddha. Generally speaking, it's going to be a golden statue. Just like here at Makawao. Nenyo Shonin, the 8th Monshu, who is in the altar to your left, he taught that the 6-character name, written in kanjis, Na, Mo, A, Mi, Da, Lu, Tsu, is actually preferred to a statue or a painting, an image, a painting, because everyone sees Amida in a very personal way. So, for example, if you want to call him Baram, you'll see the characters written. So it's Na, Mo, A, Mi, Da, Lu, Tsu in characters, which in America is kind of hard because most people don't read Japanese or Chinese characters. But a statue or a painting, an image, or calligraphy of Na, Mo, A, Mi, Da, Lu, Tsu is simply a representation. It is a personal interpretation. It is the artist's interpretation of Amida Buddha. It's a symbol of Amida's great love and great compassion. So this is a symbol. It's a piece of wood. It's a statue. It's a very nice piece of wood. It's an amazing art piece. And if you gaze at it long enough, you will feel connection. But think about that, right? Amida is 0. Right? You can't see it. Right? You can't talk story with Amida. Hey, Amida, how's it going? In my head, Amida's always talking back to me, but you can't really touch Amida. Right? You can only hear the Dharma. You hear this expression a lot, hear the Dharma. You can only experience the Dharma from your personal perspective. But if you look at the eyes, if you look with the eyes of wisdom, you will find 0 in the trees. Right? And you will find Amida in your life. So if you're in love, if you've ever been in a love relationship, is there any way to explain why the other person fell in love with you? It's a mystery. Right? If you're a parent, is there any way to explain how you find the energy to keep pushing ahead and doing the next thing that you have to do? If you're a grandparent, is there any way to explain the love that you see in the eyes of your grandchildren? If you live in Hawaii, is there any way to explain the sun setting over the ocean every night? The sun rising over Haleakala every morning? Or the love and support that you enjoy from your ohana, your friends, and your communities? Is there any way to explain that? So if you're a Jodoshinshu Buddhist, we simply put our palms together in Gasho, we bow our heads, and we say Namo Amitabutsu, in gratitude and joy. And if life doesn't turn out the way you hoped it would, you make the best of it. You accept that reality as it is, and you make the best of it. When you reach the end of life, and the doctor says, Carrie, sit down, right? All you can do is accept that reality as it is, and make the best of it. And when things are going really great, you're super happy, everything is perfect, everyone in your life is filled with joy, you also smile, put your hands together in Gasho, bow our heads and say, Namo Amitabutsu, Mahalo Amida for the gift of this life. So even if you can't see Amida Buddha, Namo Amitabutsu has come to you, has come to you. Even if you don't shave your head, chant the sutras every day, or sit in meditation, Namo Amitabutsu has come to you. So the path of Nembutsus is cultivating mindfulness of Amida Buddha, which is working in this moment of this day of this unrepeatable life, in your life. So you have to do the work to see Amida Buddha and cultivating this mindfulness. Well, consider this. How many math majors are here? I guess Diane would be our closest thing to a math major. I'm hoping to impress my math geek friends with this one, but consider this, and this is a board, it's a whiteboard, right? If Amida equals 0, and if me, my ego, equals 1, right? Mathematically speaking, 1 minus 0 is 1. So me without Amida is still me. Paradoxically, right? 1 plus 0, 1 plus me plus Amida is still me. Interesting. 1 cannot be divided by 0. That's one of those things they just tell you. So if you interpret it as, I cannot stand above Amida. That's not possible. 1 over 0 is not possible. It's not allowed. But think of this. 1 times 0, 1 multiplied by 0, me multiplied by Amida is 0. It's Amida. Think about this. Each of us individually, 1 times 1 times 1 times 0, right? All of us put together times Amida is 0. It's Amida. All of us together are Amida. So to illustrate that in action, if you're not a math person, Namo is the left hand, Amida is the right hand, put together, they become Buddha. Namo, Amida, Namo, Amida. So Amida is with you everywhere. So Amida equals 0. So whether you're walking through the nothingness of this door, or if you're seeing 0 for the rest of the day, you're seeing 0 in all these places. Or if you're just saying Namo Amidabutsu, right? Amida is everywhere, but you have to see. So let's just go over let's listen to the wisdom of Shinran again. For all people, men and women, of high station and low, saying the name of Amida is such that whether one is walking, standing, sitting, or reclining is of no concern, and time, place, and condition are not restricted. My eyes, being hindered by blind passions, I cannot perceive the light that grasps me, and yet the great compassion without tiring illumines me always. The words of Shinran Shu. Namo Amida. Well, mahalo for listening this morning, and may the day be filled with aloha. Okay, and I'll go back. Let's put the notes here. One negative of doing this, my legs are asleep. All right, I'll have to figure that one out.
Okay, I lost something, Reverend.
It may have turned up. Ooh. That's the music sliding now. It's not supposed to be there. Okay. I think we're at Hongwanji.
We are, but there's nothing on my screen.
Alright. So now that I can stand up with my phone over, let's see what's going on. Ah, oh, that's funny. Completely whacked out. Alright, I have to get a different way to do this. Kina? Control.
Okay.
There we go, we're back in business, maybe. There we go.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you for your Dharma message this morning, Reverend. Let us rise with the singing of the Gatha Ondoku-san 2 and gratefulness, along with Ms. Naho Omitani and Reverend Toshiyuki Omitani of Mo'ili Hongwanji. Oops, sorry.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you did it.
Okay, you get it?
Sorry, going to the wrong speaker. Alright, it's not gonna work. Hopefully. And no music. There you go.
Hallelujah.
compassion and love. Saying the name of Amida is such that whether one is walking, standing, sitting, or reclining is of no concern, and time, place, and condition are not restricted. My eyes being hindered by blind passions, I cannot perceive the light that grasps me, yet the great compassion without tiring illumines me always. The words of Shinran Shonin in the Hymns of the Pure Land, verses 94 and 95. Collected Works of Shinran, Volume 1, page 384. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida. It's not. It's Namo Amida Butsu. No. No.
Please be seated. This ends our today's service. We'll now have a reflection meditation.
So let's sit together quietly for a few moments. So just relax and be comfortable. If you're able, sit forward in your seat and place both feet flat on the ground. And sit up straight. Align your head, neck, shoulders, and back in a straight line that goes down to the floor. Place your hands comfortably in your lap. Now close your eyes halfway so that you're looking both outwardly and inwardly. And just breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. As you breathe in, think of something for which you are grateful. And as you breathe out, just say mahalo. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Just breathe. The sound of the gong will signal the end of our quiet meditation. Now, okay. So thank you for joining the service this morning. That's in the wrong place. Announcements is there. So next Sunday, March 27th, we'll have a special guest speaker, Claude Moreau, who's going to share the story of his boating accident and how his daughter climbed 50 feet up a cliff to get some help. So he'll be our speaker. He's going to be playing the 4 videos that were recorded for Akaku Media. So look forward to that. And Clifford and Ruth Tokomaru, Dr. Tokomaru and Ruth, will be joining us just as guests. So it'd be kind of nice to have old friends with us. April 3rd is coming up, and this will be the Hanamatsuri service at Makawao, here at Makawao. This is a major service, but we'll have the Hanamido, the flower palace, bathing the baby Buddha with the sweet tea. And there's going to be a special presentation by the Dharma school students. So I'd like to ask everyone to bring a flower, if you can remember. So next Sunday, April 3rd, for Hanamatsuri, if you could bring a flower just as an offering. We should have a big stack of flowers by the end of the We have live stream services every day. Actually, these are now live streamed and in person. So if you'd like to come for sunrise service or chanting the Shoshinga, I'm thinking of changing the schedule a little bit. So maybe 6, 10, 2, 6 or something like that. But anyway, we'll figure out the schedule. And so people will be welcome to join us in person. I'm also going to be teaching meditation and chanting as part of this. Columbarium is open every day. And this is it. So this is our closing credits. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I have some
Are there other
announcements.
announcements? Sorry.
Yeah, I have some announcements. Okay. Anybody else have announcements? Okay. Oh. Food bank. Bring your non-perishable products by the 30th. Okay. Okay. So this is a BWA sponsor. Okay. All right. So if you have any non-perishable goods, you can bring them to our. There's a table outside. Okay. Okay. Another announcement. Next weekend, they're having the Buddhist Studies Center is presenting the spring seminar entitled Dharma Through the Eyes of Youth. And this is being held on March 25th and 26th through Zoom though. And you're supposed to have been registered by yesterday. Was it Friday, Marilyn? I don't know, they might want to, this, I think you still can. Okay, we have, on Friday night, there'll be a panel discussion, and this will also include Jamie Yokoyama and Nao Umitani as one of the two of the five panelists. So you want to catch them on Friday between 7 to 8:30 at night. And again, this is through Zoom. And on Saturday, there'll be the guest speaker by Jacob Chang, and we have Wei Toyama will be on Saturday. But I know we have our BWA Spring Assembly on Saturday, right? Okay, the next announcement, this is our Makawao. Our Makawao documentary film is going to be held as a PBS special. Put this on your calendar, March 24th at 8:30 p.m. on PBS. And it's going to be highlighting Makawao Town, the history. Is that right, Marilyn? Okay. So once again, if you wish to attend this seminar, there's that little link here that you can get that. Yes, Marilyn?
Jamie said Jamie can't be on there because she's going to be
Oh, Jamie won't be there.
I don't know. I really don't know.
She cannot do it from her prom. It's a Friday night. It's Friday night she's on. Friday night is junior prom?
Yes.
Oh. Well, because you know. I never know. Jamie might come on. All right. So anyway, I'll leave this in the front. Okay. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you for those who brought refreshments today. Enjoy yourselves. Okay. Thank you. Nobody's met you.
Lost that
Beautiful one. Nope. No, this is big on me. I don't know why you quit.
It's power turns on. Because if you don't touch it for a while, you should not use it. There's a way to set it so it doesn't turn on. But then if you don't turn it back, it's like it runs out of battery power.
I know my brother had to come the other day and show me that he got my laptop. Oh, I didn't think you could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So the other cameras didn't come back online.
I turned on the and I brought it home.
Yeah, and we're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
One of it is the wireless thing, it's like, yeah, we're not going to push it too hard. But the other thing is maybe wired, you can connect it to a computer, you know, work. And then the other thing is a different computer and C control stuff. Just doing wireless control makes life a work.
Yeah. So, okay, maybe shop
We can
was.
just figure out how to make the music go on this little thing.
Didn't the speaker right here?
Because it's like that.
Oh.
And we discovered the PA system is like I did.
We need a shop.
We've been pushing it off too much, and now it's the 15th anniversary of it, so it's I need to do this.
Yeah.
10 years, because we're going to do a build out and wires. I mean, we should have this extension cord, that kind of stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.